dueling rallies, and we went to the candidate who came out first, even though they were scheduled at about the same time. So Donald Trump was a few minutes earlier. We showed him live, and now in its entirety, here is from Raleigh, North Carolina, Hillary Clinton. She was introduced by daughter Chelsea and former President Bill Clinton earlier tonight in Raleigh, North Carolina.
For that we had each other, and we will rise, we will rise, we will rise, we'll rise, rise like the day I rise up, in spite of the ache, I will rise.
Thank you for helping us welcome Election Day. And I could not imagine being anywhere else than here with all of you. And I am so grateful to the thousands of organizers who have worked their hearts out across this country, including here in North Carolina, to the 1 million volunteers who have worked their hearts out across our country, including here in North Carolina. And I am so excited that I finally get to vote for my mom in a few hours. How many of y'all have already voted? So, I just can't wait to raise both my hands with all of you in a few hours. Now, I think I'm the most excited person in our family. But my dad may be just as excited. And I am fiercely, fiercely, fiercely proud to be my mother's daughter. And I'm also really proud to be my father's daughter. So please join me in welcoming my dad, President Bill Clinton.
Thank you very much. Look, first of all, thanks for being here. Do you know how late it is? Thank you. Or how early it is on Election Day. I want to say, first, thanks to Lady Gaga and Jovi. They're a great friend. Thanks to all of you. Thanks to the Chancellor of the North Carolina State family for welcoming us here. I also think, while Chelsea asked you the appropriate question, and most of you said yes, I think it's very important to know, as has been said before, how important you are to this election. When I was a boy growing up in Arkansas, we looked at North Carolina because of the university network, because of all that you had going for it. And we saw what we hoped was the future of our region. Today, we look at North Carolina, the fight you've raised for voting rights, the fight you raised for LGBT rights, the fight you raised for safety and justice. Today, and we see you got a chance to elect a senator, a governor, a lieutenant governor, a treasurer, an attorney general. You got a chance to point the way to a unified future. So, I ask you not to quit until the polls close. And when we were backstage listening to our friends sing, someone was hanging a sign over what we could see on the screen about Hillary's mom. Where is it? Hang that sign up. Well, she was an unbelievable human being, and she was right. And so was I, 45 years ago, when I met this person, and I said, I never quite met anybody like this. She was, to me, amazing then, and is tonight amazing because she kept score the old-fashioned way. What are we going to do about it? Whose life are we going to change? Whose life are we going to save? Whose life are we going to lift? Now we have a chance to redeem the promise of all of our North Carolina moments. Everybody in the world has them. We all wake up every day with hope in our heart, and sometimes we give it away. Don't give it away. Claim it tomorrow. Claim it tomorrow. I thank you for being here and ask you to be there until the last person votes for the next president of the United States.
This is sure worth staying up for. It is so great to be here in Raleigh, here at North Carolina State University. And I cannot imagine a better way of ending this campaign than having the opportunity to see all of you and to watch and listen to Lady Gaga, one of the most inventive, creative, and passionate performers whose range goes from A to Z and beyond. And I was watching on the screen not only her perform, but all of you
jumping and singing and waving. It was great. Because you know what? That's what I want for America and the young people of America, the joy, the passion, the intensity about our future. And, you know, our longtime friend, John Bon Jovi, was with us. He was with us up in Philadelphia where he and Bruce Springsteen sang. And John said, well, hey, I want to go down to Raleigh. And so here he is. And you know, between now and the time the poll closes tomorrow, we are going to be living on a prayer. I was really impressed when everybody's hand went up saying you'd already vote. Well, go find somebody else who hasn't voted, okay? Bring out your friends, your roommates, strangers on the street. Just stop and talk to them about what's at stake in this election. Because North Carolina is key. And it's not only important for our election. Are you ready to elect Roy Cooper as your next? Well, I sure hope so. I sure hope so, and I hope you're ready to elect Linda Coleman, your lieutenant governor. And how about Dan Blue III for state treasurer? And I really, really hope you will send Deborah Ross to Washington. When we were with the President and Michelle in Philadelphia, you know, the President was talking about how absolutely consequential this election is, and of course it is. I really believe it's the most important election of our lifetimes because we've never had a clearer choice. Never. It is a choice between division or unity, between strong, steady leadership or a loose cannon who could risk everything. It's a choice between an economy that works for everyone, not just those at the top. And it is a choice that really goes to the heart of who we are as Americans. What I saw before I came in and what I see now is a sense of potential, of joy. There is no reason, my friends, why America's best days are not ahead of us if we reach for them together. We don't have to accept a dark and divisive vision for America. Tomorrow you can vote for a hopeful, inclusive, big-hearted America. Our core values are being tested in this election, but my faith in our future has never been stronger. I love our country and I believe in the American people. And I know if we bring everyone together, we can set goals and we can move toward them and we can feel that sense of accomplishment that comes with being part of something bigger than ourselves. You know, one of the great privileges of crisscrossing the country as I have in this campaign is meeting remarkable people, people who stand up against the odds, people who, like my late mother, people who understand that everybody gets knocked down. What matters is whether you get back up, whether you believe you can keep going. Last night in Manchester, New Hampshire, I had the honor of being introduced by an extraordinary man, Khizr Khan, whose son, Captain Khan, was killed serving our country in Iraq. You may remember Mr. Khan's speech at the Democratic Convention. And again last night, he reminded us of the responsibility we all share to protect and defend our Constitution. The story of Captain Khan is one of courage in the face of danger. He was with his unit. When he saw a suspicious vehicle, he told his men to stay back. He moved toward the vehicle to check it out, and the bomb went off. He lost his life, but everyone else in his unit survived. He was awarded the Bronze Star. And this intensely personal tragedy that the Khan family experienced, becoming a Gold Star family, was one that they thought about, grieved over in the privacy of their home, until they heard my opponents start talking about who was acceptable in America and who wasn't. The categories of people, starting with immigrants, including African Americans and Latinos and POWs and Muslims, the list went on and on. And it created in Mr. Khan a sense of despair, because he asked himself, would his son have a place in Donald Trump's America? Someone who paid the ultimate price in serving our country. Well, we can answer that question tomorrow resoundingly. Yes, absolutely. Think about how generations of Americans throughout our history have come together to meet the tests of their time. Our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents defended democracy. They built the great American middle class. They marched for civil rights and voting rights, for workers' rights and women's rights, for LGBT rights and the rights of people with disabilities. And tomorrow we face the test of our time. So remember, it's not just my name or Donald Trump's name on the ballot. It's the kind of country we want. It's every issue anyone cares about. So if you believe America thrives when the middle class thrives, then you have to vote tomorrow. If you believe we should make the biggest investment in new jobs since World War II in infrastructure, advanced manufacturing, clean energy, small business, then you have to vote. If you believe we need more fairness in our economy, to raise the minimum wage, because no one who works full-time should still be in poverty, then you have to vote. If you believe we need to do more to support working families with affordable child care, paid leave, and equal pay for women, then you have to vote. And remember, when my opponent says, every time I talk about these issues, that I'm playing the woman's card, well, you know what I say, deal me in. And if you believe all kids deserve good schools with good teachers, no matter what zip code they live in, you have to vote. And if you believe college should be more affordable, you have to vote. Bernie Sanders and I worked on a plan to make public colleges and universities tuition-free. If you earn less than $125,000 and debt-free for everybody else. And for the millions of Americans struggling with student debt, we are going to help you pay that down and pay that off. If you believe in science and that we've got to address climate change, you have to vote. If you believe we need to reform our criminal justice system so everyone then you have to vote. And if you believe we should never write discrimination into our laws, well then, you know, North Carolina, you've got to vote to get rid of HB 2. Now, this is so energizing, we could keep going with a long list. But here's what else I want you to know. Good thing this election didn't land during exams. That's all I can say. Look, tomorrow night, this election will end, but I want you to understand, our work together will be just beginning. We have to bridge the divides in this country. As the Bible says, we have to repair the breaches. We've got to be willing to start listening to each other again, respecting each other again. And I want to thank Gaga because she has always stood for that fundamental principle of respecting everybody. So I want you to know, and I want you to spread the word, I do want to be president for all Americans, not just some, not just the people who support me and vote for me. I want to be president for everyone because we all have a role to play in building that better future for our country and for each of you. So If you haven't voted yet, go to iwillvote.com. You can get all the info you need, and you can still sign up to volunteer, right? Go to HillaryClinton.com or text JOIN, J-O-I-N, to 47246, or stop by one of our offices. We would welcome you to help make sure everybody gets out to vote tomorrow. Because none of us want to wake up Wednesday morning and wish we had done more, right? And years from today, when your kids and grandkids ask what you did in 2016 when everything was on the line, you'll be able to say, you voted for a stronger, fairer, better America. An America where we build bridges, not walls. And where we prove conclusively that yes, love trumps hate. Thank you. Let's go vote, North Carolina. God bless you. Thank you all very much.